This video about the cheating culture in Japan is going absolutely nuclear. It has over 7 million views at this point. I had no idea what the cheating culture was like in Japan, but this chick unveils all of it, and it's absolutely wild. Let's get straight into it.
In Japan, cheating while being in a relationship is very common things to happen. Nande is this happen? Reason number one is that Japanese people working for Japanese company, and there is a really unique culture called nomikai. What is nomikai is where almost every Friday night after work, you go out drinking with your coworker, your boss.
See, that sounds like a nightmare to me. Every night I gotta go out drinking with my coworkers, bro. I don't know about you guys. There's some coworkers, I don't want to see them after 5 o'clock. I do not want to see them after 5 o'clock. I'm trying to get up out of there, bro.
Basically, every company worker and get super drunk and end up they're going to soap brand. Interesting things about this is that all those is paid by the company expense. So basically,
wait, so you're telling me you can go to strip club on a company card? You can get drunk on a company card? That's crazy work.
going to soap brand, getting super drunk at izakaya bar is also part of the connection as a company members. But yes, and partner have to accept that, and then most of the Japanese people accept because it's just, company events at the end of the day. Do you think that nomikai and going to soap brand with your coworker or boss is necessary and paid by company expense to connect?
I mean, they're connecting something. I don't know about if you're connecting with your coworkers. It's a little odd to me. I just couldn't imagine in America people doing this, paying for essentially a brothel. Is what you're paying for. You're paying for a brothel. And I don't know. It's a little weird to me. But I guess their view on doing this stuff is weird. I got a clip after this that'll kind of dive into more of the societal kind of overall sociological, I guess, mindset on this stuff. But I think if they did this in the U.S., it'd be a little different. It'd be a little different.
Do you think that, or do you think this count as cheating? Let me know your opinions, and if you want to know more about why cheating while being in a relationship is very common things in Japan, let me know as well.
Yeah, that's wild. Cheating is so common, and then brothels are everywhere. I think we're one of the only countries, though, that doesn't commoditize coitus. Look at that, a little bit of a alliteration for you guys. We don't commoditize coitus, where a lot of countries do. We're one of the countries that doesn't, and it's weird to me because it's one of the oldest business models. It's one of the absolute oldest business models. So now, not to say that it's a good thing by any means, you know what I mean? I think OnlyFans is detrimental to society. I think porn is detrimental to society. But if men seek companionship and it's not a big deal with the other women, especially the women that they're with, who really cares? But I don't know, maybe as a culture, maybe as Western culture, Western society, we're too childish to blur the lines between this, where a lot of men would be like, I love her. She loves me. She really does. She likes apples. It's going to happen. On that Pablo Francisco one we did in yesterday's videos, which if you haven't seen it, I'll link that at the very end. But it's just weird because Western society, we demonize this behavior so much. But then also, it's funny because if a woman tells another girl, yes, girl, get on OnlyFans, sell your body. Yes, it's so celebrated. But if a guy's like, you should get on OnlyFans and sell your body, it's like, well, you shouldn't tell me to do that. You're demeaning me. It's like, but the same behavior that the ladies are celebrating, it's demeaning if I tell you to do it. It's like, what?
You stupid.
This makes no sense. Here's another clip of this guy, a street interviewer, just asking these women what they feel and how they feel about prostitution, which is kind of crazy.
に行くことは浮気かどうかっていう、どう思いますか？
浮気じゃない。浮気じゃない。気持ちの浮気は嫌なんですけど、性欲の浮気は別に勝手にしてくれるんやったらいいかな。一般人と連絡取れる間でやられるよりは、店でちゃんとしてもらった方がいいです。イエス。
なんかわざわざ風俗に行く意味がわからない。No。
秘密にしてたらあれだけど、まあ情に恋とかしなければいいじゃないか。浮気ではない。隠さなければ浮気じゃない。浮気するなら風俗に行けって言ったことあります。金払えばいいよって言ったことあります。新しいね、出会いじゃなくて、お金払って言ってるなら別にいいから。納得できる理由だったら浮気とは思わないかも。
例えば、どういう
付き合い？
例えば上司とかの。
怒るけど、言ってもまだ許せる。風俗なら。
なんか日本ならではのなんか文化じゃないけど、やっぱり有名じゃないですか。風俗とかっていうのが。そういう意味では日本ならではで、そう。
風俗に。
But dude, you know what's crazy is I think it kind of makes sense that these women would rather have a guy go out there and buck a prosy versus go out there and seek another girl and look at her emotionally, because I think men can make the distinction between a physical relationship and an emotional relationship. I think women, on the other hand, typically cannot. Now, I guess if a woman's in this field of work, she kind of has to understand that she has to separate her body from her feelings. But at the same time, for guys, I think this could work. Chat, put a 1 in the chat if you agree with this take. I think men typically cheat physically, where women typically cheat emotionally. Cheating is cheating, it's bad. Yes, I think lying to your partner is awful. You should not do that. I'm not promoting that at all. But I'm saying there is a blurred line here in Japan where men can go out there and seek coitus with another woman without the emotional attachment, but they just want that physical intimacy, and then they want to go back home to the woman that they love, or they care for, or that they're dating, or that they're monogamous with, or that's their main chick. There's probably something we can learn from the Japanese in this. What if we started doing this? Maybe marriage rates would plummet. Divorce rates would plummet. Maybe that would happen. Because a lot of the times, men go out there and they're cheating, maybe because they just want to cheat physically, but then women demonize it, and men don't have an outlet here in America. Where in Japan, it's a normalized part of the culture. And I looked up their divorce rates. Their divorce rates are much lower than ours. Ripley's, believe it or not, much lower than ours. Let me pull this. Have you guys seen this new Google AI thing? I've tried to use it. I mean, it's okay. Based on the information available, the divorce rate in Japan can be expressed in a couple of ways. Percentage of marriages ending in divorce. Roughly 35% of marriages in Japan end in divorce, where here it's around 56%. Or maybe it's 45 to 50%. I could be wrong. This means about 1 out of every 3 married couples separate. Okay. For Japanese couples specifically, divorce rate is about 35%. For international marriages, Japanese/non-Japanese couples, the rate is higher, standing at approximately 50%. So you go over there and get you a Japanese chick, you got about a 50% chance she's going to leave you. Now, divorces per 1,000 inhabitants. In 2023, Japan registered 1.52 divorces per 1,000 inhabitants. In 2022, the divorce rate was 1.47 per 1,000 people. Comparing to other countries, Japan's divorce rate, 1.47 per 1,000, is lower than many Western nations like the USA, which is around 2.9 per 1,000. Pretty much double, if my math serves me. Other relevant points. The divorce rate in Japan has generally trended downwards in recent decades, although there was a slight increase in 2023. In 2022, nearly 180,000 couples divorced in Japan. There's been an increase in gray divorce, which is odd, with a growing percentage of couples divorcing after 20 years of marriage or more. Oh, okay, I guess it's long-term marriages. Factors contributing to divorce in Japan include cultural differences, immigration issues, social disapproval, and economic factors. Social stigma around divorce is also a factor, although it's less prevalent in the past, especially in the urban areas. While infidelity rates are relatively high in Japan, 28% of men cheat, 22% of women report cheating, other factors may keep divorce rates lower compared to many Western countries. Now, very interesting to note that also cheating in Japan is a lot different. Let's pull this up. Cheating in Japan, cultural perspective and prevalence. Uwakai versus furin. Not sure what the difference is? Let's learn. Japanese differentiates between uwaki, implying casual or less serious infidelity, so I guess physical cheating, and furin, whatever, signifying more significant and potentially damaging extramarital affairs. The linguistic distinction suggests varying degrees of social tolerance depending on the nature of the infidelity. There's a don't ask, don't tell policy. Some relationships operate under an implicit understanding where infidelity might be tolerated if it does not cause significant disruption or emotional harm. This aligns with a desire to maintain harmony with a familial unit and avoid confrontation, which is a key element of Japanese culture. Oh, okay. Historical context. Historically, marriage in Japan was often about family alliances and securing heirs, not necessarily romantic love. This led to desires for romance and passion being sought outside of marriage, a practice historically accepted for both men and women. You don't really see that here in the States. Gammon culture. The cultural emphasis on gammon, meaning endurance and perseverance, Perseverance, good Lord, read Levi.
You stupid.
Can lead individuals to tolerate unhappy situations, including infidelity, for the sake of maintaining peace and stability within the family. Statistical findings. Surveys reveal that approximately 20% of the Japanese population reported having cheated on their spouse in the past. There's a gender gap with 28% of men and 22% of women. So, wow, it seems to work. Divorce rates are lower in Japan than it is in the States. Let's just for some clarification, divorce rates in America. The divorce rate in America right now, what's the percentage? About almost 50% of all marriages in the United States will end in divorce or separation. I think the actual number is like 56%. So you got what was it with that? A 44% chance or 50? Yeah, I think. Yeah, of staying married. So it's crazy to think that maybe if we instituted and implemented brothels, things would change. What do you guys think? Let me know in the comments. Do you think if they legalized prostitution that divorce rates would be lower and that people would stay together? And if we started normalizing cheating when it came to physical cheating versus intimately cheating, that it would help? Seems to be in Japan that it works. So I don't know. What do you think, Lokes? Do you think it would work? Or do you think it would just be the downfall of society? Who knows? All I know that it is way different here in the States, and maybe Japan's onto something. Ain't that right, Loki? I've fallen at work and been injured. Oh wait, I should call my lawyer.
I'm John Morgan of Morgan & Morgan.
Hey, John Morgan of Morgan & Morgan. It's Levi Nichs of YouTube. Can I get some cash, please?
Morgan & 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 Morgan.
Did you know that your injury could be worth millions of dollars? Morgan & Morgan is the largest injury law firm in America, and they've recovered over $20 billion for their clients. $20 billion? That's a lot of cash. The insurance companies tried to lowball me, but Morgan & Morgan was able to take my pain and suffering and turn it into cold, hard cash. It's almost a good thing I was injured. But wait. How much is Morgan & Morgan gonna cost me? You never owe them legal fees unless they're successful. So it's completely free unless you win? Yeah. Hiring a lawyer? That sounds like really difficult. It's actually super easy. You can just go to their website, and in a couple clicks, you can find out if you have a case. And you can literally do it from your smartphone. And remember, there is only one Morgan & Morgan. Wait, but it's two names though. How is it? Give me the script. Oh, both their last names. Okay, I get it. Okay, roll it. You can start your claim today by going to forthepeople.com/Levi, found in the description below. So if you're injured, you can trust Morgan & Morgan. Y'all know what time it is. Can we get some freeze in the chat? Poor flavor, chat. We've got a hungry dog back there that just wants some freeze in the chat. Loki, free. I want to say thank you to you guys. We have almost hit 200,000 subscribers. Maybe by the time this video is premiering, we have already hit it. But it's crazy to think that we are so freaking close. 198,000 last time I checked. But I almost bet you we're close to 2,000 or 200,000 by the time this. I just want to say it's been a fantastic journey. I've loved getting to know you guys. Shout out to everybody that's in the Discord. If you haven't joined the Discord, I highly suggest you do. We got a great offline community. It's just been awesome to learn and grow with you guys. And I don't know, I feel like I got a second family. I feel like I got a second family now. You guys were just... Yeah. But seriously, for real though, my deal though, you guys changed my life and I love you guys. All right, here's some other clips from Twitter.
I'm sorry. Why was your balloon unpopped?
She looked good. I'm in the Air Force as well, so I thought we had some things in common. So
Thank you both for your service.
Unfortunately, I didn't know that, but I don't want to base it off of like what you have on or anything like that, what people normally do. But I just thought, maybe you could have brought something like more.
I mean, that fit is, it's like casual, classy. It's not the best fit, that's for sure.
Stand out a bit more, or just like, like more classy, or just, if we were to go to a restaurant.
And now, is he someone that's your type?
Yeah, he is actually. He is my type.
Oh.
she want me. She want me.
So maybe I should.
Okay, do you want him to get his balloon back?
But then I would have to pop somebody else, wouldn't I?
You sure would?
She was like, oh my God, no, Kevin.
You can pop somebody else.
Okay, you can get your balloon back.
Okay, let's get him his balloon back.
Because I was about to say, if bro
I hope he pops his balloon.
was your type, why you pop off the outfit? He can change that shit.
I have a question.
Okay.
Do you have any kids?
No kids.
Okay.
Do you have any kids?
No, I don't. Okay. So what's your job in the military?
Security forces.
Same.
Oh, meant to be.
Yeah, boy.
Is it a yes for you for her?
Yes.
And is it a yes for you for him?
Yes.
We got a match.
Yeah, dude, he's chilling. I mean, the fit's nice. It's not a horrible fit, but so many people judge so quickly off of just your looks, and this is why I say, dude, 75% of somebody's perception of you is the way that you're freaking dressed. If you're dressed like a bum, people are going to perceive you as a bum, brother. Like, I'm just saying, like, you've got to dress the part. You want people to take you seriously? You've got to look like you need to be taken serious. You got to dress the part.
Things that will prematurely age you. Talking to men, dating men, going out with men, having a drink with men.
Oh yeah, the level of misandry. Can't even hear the clip, honey. You got to speak up a little bit. Turn your volumes up, honey. This clip is going also nuclear on Twitter right now. It's this chick that basically is berating her husband because he got home and basically didn't want to do any work or anything around the house. And so she's like all mad at him.
No, say what you just said.
I'm just saying, as soon as y'all realize the fact that when you get off of work, you don't get to lay down. You don't get to lay down. You don't get to relax. You don't get to go to sleep. Get it out your head. There's still stuff to do. We got laundry. We got trash. We got bottles. We got dishes. We got quality time. We have things to do. Now, 9 o'clock, 10 o'clock roll around. All right, cool. Go to bed. That's what bed is for. But at 5 o'clock, when you're getting off, you don't get to go to sleep. You don't. As soon as that clicks, it gets together, you'll figure it out.
You about to go viral for this one.
It's a real thing. Because when I get off work, I'm still working.
When did you become in control of my bedtime? Wow! Let me zoom. Oh, I wish I could zoom in. Don't tap my phone with it.
Now, I do think there's some validity to this. I don't think she's going about it the right way, but I think there's some validity to this. I think, you know, as a man, and now it depends. It depends on the scenario, right? Let's take scenario number one. If your wife is a stay-at-home mom, she doesn't have to work, then I expect while I'm at work, you're getting everything done around the house. That's how Cass and I operate. I don't do the grocery shopping. I don't do the cooking. I don't do the cleaning. I don't do the tidying around the house. That's Cass's responsibilities. Because as a man and a woman in a marriage, a husband and a wife, you both have duties towards the house, towards the familial unit, right? My duty is to provide, protect, and show unconditional love. That's my job, right? I hold up my end of the bargain. Her end of the bargain is to be emotional, caring, take care of the house when it comes to the cooking, the cleaning, and, you know, the hygiene of the family, things like that. So if that's how their setup is, I don't think when he gets done working, he should have to pay all the bills and then help you with chores after you've been at home all day when you should have been doing the chores. Now let's flip it. She works, he works. I do think that you should have to help her out a little bit. I don't expect a woman to work 9 to 5 and then come home and cook and clean. And then you work a 9 to 5 and you get to just come home and play video games. That's not how it works. I think that you should have to put in a little bit of effort. I'm not saying you got to do everything that she's doing, cooking and doing all the cleaning, but there's, you know, back in the day, women would work and they'd come home and do all the cooking and cleaning. But, you know, y'all want more equality now, which is fine. But if you want more equality, that means that you got to fork up some of the bills. You better be paying some of them bills. You better not expect you to work and your man to work and then y'all aren't splitting everything. But so if you're going to split the bills, then you should split the chores. You should split those duties as well. So it depends though. But it also depends on what works for you. There's a lot of creators, I think, that just preach one thing to do for every couple. This is the best way to do it. This is the only way to do it. Like, bro, you really got to evaluate who you are, what you want in life, and the best ways you give and receive love. And once you figure that out and do a lot of self-discovery, you can figure out what works for you. Because I've told you guys, when Cass and I first met, she was paying like 100% of the bills. Darn near 90% of the bills when we were living together. Then as time went on, it went, 70-30, 60-40, 50-50, and then it started leaning my way, 60-40, 70-30, 80-20, 90-10, and then I'm paying 100% of the bills. But she stayed down with me for so long that I'm more than willing to pay for those things. It's okay for me. Because I think if a woman is down for you and will stay down for you during your darkest times when you're not making no money, then she has earned your loyalty. That's why I say there's always two ways you can go about getting a relationship with a woman. You can either meet her when you're a peasant, y'all can build the kingdom together, she can become a queen, you can become a king, and you can reap the rewards of all your hard work. Or you can become a king on your own fruition, and then you can go find a princess from the village and share her amongst your concubines. But you owe no loyalty to a princess because she didn't help you build anything. Why would you give loyalty to someone that wasn't there when you had nothing? Cass was there when I had nothing, when I was making $200 a month. So she fell in love with me when I wasn't providing anything monetarily. Why wouldn't I give my loyalty to a woman like that? She's earned it. Because most women right now are looking for a check. They're looking for a guy with money. I didn't have no money. She fell in love with who I was, which is why she's earned that title of being a stay-at-home mom, being a stay-at-home wife, and I'll pay for everything. But what do you guys think? I think there's a couple ways to peel this carrot, as they may say. Because if he's bringing home all the bacon and you staying at home all day watching the snot-nosed brats, you know what I'm saying? Watching the kids, and after an 8-hour day you haven't done all the chores and you don't have dinner ready? Honey, what are you doing all day? Are you sitting on your tuchus and putting VHSs I guess nowadays, are you putting Netflix on, putting on Coco Melon, Paw Patrol? Like, what are you doing all day? You have 8 hours just like me and you did nothing? Absolutely not. I would expect, and that's what I expect from Cass. I work. She does the stuff around the house. Cooks, cleans, buys the groceries, things like that. But she stayed down with me when I had nothing, so I think it kind of evens out. But Loki, what do you think? Do you agree? So I agree, Father. But I hope you guys enjoyed today's episode. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. I will see you guys in the next one, man. Peace.